Today is Monday, May the 11th, 2009. What I'd like to discuss this morning is the subject of why precisely I would like to do these videos. What I'm trying to achieve. Is this a vanity performance in order to achieve some sort of public recognition? Is this a process by which I express something of importance? Or is it totally ego-driven? First of all, I believe the purpose of this exercise is to encourage a small number, or however many there may be, in a network of intellectually honest seekers after truth and freedom, to realize they're not alone. And by that I mean we generally think that the major media is the source of public opinion, that it actually reflects public opinion, but it doesn't. Secondly, I'd like to communicate truth in pursuit of justice and historical accuracy. There's a great many things that happen in our day-to-day lives that are not being discussed, or are being discussed with only one point of view, a slanted, biased point of view in favor of big government, in favor of socialism, and sometimes even in favor of the destruction of individual liberty. That I want to speak against. I also want to stimulate the liberation of Western Canada. And by that I mean pointing out all the things that are wrong about Canada and right about Western Canada, the things that Western Canada could be, the positive advantages of Western Canadian independence, a new nation of Western Canada, chosen by the people of Western Canada, living within our means, controlling our immigration, making our own laws, and being able to defend the territory that we love and cherish as our country. This will not be true in Canada. This could be true in Western Canada. And then finally, I want to talk to and identify the threats to freedom in the New World Order. By this I mean threats that apply all over the world, not just to Western Canada, but certainly in Western Canada. I also want to inform and assist in the development of the struggle for free speech. I see the New World Order and the governments of our time as enemies of free speech because they want to control the media, which they do, of course, through the CRTC, through radio and television, and in the newspapers they control through money for advertising and their new laws that prohibit the expression of anything controversial in regard to race, religion, ethnic origin, etc. The very controversial topics that are important today, that the major media are not allowed to speak about and won't. Primarily because of human rights tribunals. They don't want to pay the cost, just like Maclean's magazine didn't want to pay the cost. They can't afford it, so they won't have controversy on those topics. Incidentally, they also will steer well clear of criticizing the powerful, the rich, and the famous, because they're always afraid of defamation as well. Another purpose to these videos is to point out injustice regardless of borders and regardless of politics. There are many injustices, not just about free speech, but about a lot of other things. War crimes, crimes against humanity, and other acts of official prosecution, usually of those enemies of the past. I want to speak about that. I want to express my concerns and liberate my conscience. Yes, I want to liberate my conscience of not doing anything about it. Like most of us feel helpless. Well, maybe I feel that sometimes myself. But the purpose of these commentaries is to unburden my conscience, to say the truth as I see it, so that it can never be said, you did nothing. You made no efforts. My children will not say, I did not speak out in favor of free speech and truth on all these issues. I want to encourage others to speak the truth fearlessly by doing so myself. So that's my ultimate goal in these commentaries, and I hope that it's useful to you. And that's why I think I can do something useful to help to free the West in more ways than one, not just politically, but spiritually, intellectually, morally, free the West.